And now it is time for Murtag to run Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, the randomizer, where anything can happen. So, whenever you're ready, take it away.
Thank you so much, Michael.
E bom, gente, teremos aí agora Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, né? Justamente aí agora na tela de vocês. Desejo boa sorte pro Runner, porque ele vai jogar um randomizer e o jogo já é considerado difícil. E ainda no randomizer você não sabe o que vai encontrar pela frente, né? Por isso vai ser um grande desafio. Vamos ver aí que bosses, né? O Runner vai encontrar. Então, por fato de ser um randomizer, o tempo de estimativa é 2 horas e 15 minutos. Justamente porque a gente não sabe o que a Cid vai oferecer, né? Então, vamos ver aí o que vai acontecer. Mais uma vez, boa sorte para o Runner, vai precisar. E como é que vocês estão, chat, aí agora nessa noite aí de domingo? Espero que vocês estejam bem. Oi, Dé. Bom, vamos ver, né? Vai começar, né? Bom, GLGL mais uma vez. Ai, ai.
Potentially going to be a lot harder than a normal run. So I'll let my co-commentators explain like what I'm going to be doing here and why I'm going to be doing it.
Yeah. So the tutorial
Bom, já começamos. O Runner já está executando a movimentação para poder andar mais rapidamente. Ele vai fazer um monte de pulos, ele acabou de avisar, justamente por conta de movimentação mais rápida. Nossa, ele já morreu! Meu Deus, o irmão começou, já começou com uma morte já. Meu Deus! Que azar. Bom, começou já sendo atacado. Vamos ver agora se ele consegue lidar com esse inimigo, né?
Yeah, we don't have the ability to run yet because we don't have the sword of the game.
Can it hit us through walls?
Bom, ele tá andando de fininho, pelo menos para não ser detectado pelo inimigo.
So now we're gonna go around the outside. It's a much safer way, but also a slower way. But we kind of have to do that with the enemy that we got here.
Yeah.
We're gonna see a bit of tech here. So when we're talking to Kuro, there's a glitch in the game where if you have the subtitles.
Bom, ele fez um bug,
you can actually
né, justamente para poder chegar naquele local ali, né, como se ele entrasse ali dentro, mas ele só que pelo lado de fora, né? Ele fez isso porque ajuda a salvar um pouco de tempo. Pelo menos agora está armado.
That'll be great.
It's important to note that Kuro is not randomized because we need the sword to be able to even play the game, and also he gives us the healing of the game.
Yeah, so that Chichiman is.
Bom, certas coisas eles estão avisando que não vão estar randomizados, porque senão acaba quebrando o jogo completamente ou tornando impossível. Então, nesse caso, tem coisas que vão estar randomizadas, mas nem tudo vai estar randomizado. Então, eles, né, já deram esse aviso agora.
Wait, does quitting out even take me back?
No, but you have the item that can teleport you back.
Where am I? Okay, I'm probably just gonna die. Is this guy gonna kill me?
Oh, he is so slow.
Oh, he missed. Okay. I'm slightly worried about this now, but right. Should I just let it play out? Just for safety? Okay, I've spoke to you now.
Bom, ele voltou ali, né?
You can't be angry anymore. That guy's a gunfort guy, that's not good.
Viu uma necessidade de retornar.
Yeah, dodge.
Good dodge there.
Mais uma vez ele destruindo, né, algumas tochas.
I think we should talk a bit about the randomizer settings because it's going to be important for later on. So I don't know if you want to take it away with that.
There we go.
Yeah, first we have a bias.
Pronto, agora sim ele pôde abrir a porta.
50%, that's a pretty good value for both having items later in the game, so we cannot get everything early on to make sure that we need to
Então, é um randomizer. No randomizer ele pode encontrar inimigo fora do seu devido lugar.
The bias does is that each item has a weight. So let's say very important items that we need to progress the story, they want to be
Bom, já começou a fight.
Which means we're basically gonna have a very marathon safe run. So we don't really end the run in 30 minutes because that can happen if you just get lucky. So here we're guaranteed to at least have to go to some of the very late game areas of the game.
Yeah, we also don't have a very early Hirata on. That's also for marathon safety. We do have a little bit of marathon safety settings on. For instance here, having to get the prosthetic tool to be able to grapple makes us able to...
Bom, ele encontrou dinheiro. Bom, e também randomizer certos itens também estão trocados de lugar, então o runner também cabe ao runner procurar por esses itens, porque às vezes ele vai precisar de uma coisa ou outra para poder completar o jogo. E ele diz que qualquer coisa pode acontecer por conta do randomizer.
So this was our first key item pickup in the run. So key items, as Murtag said, is only redistributed into other key items. So it's important to go to all of the key item locations.
Nossa, bom, ele já fez a quick kill ali no inimigo. Ou não, né? Porque ele parecia que ele tinha dado uma quick kill.
Some enemies have different view ranges and can actually see you early. Like this enemy right here coming in to help his friend here.
Então, basicamente o jogo ele recebe uma pequena modificação, né? Geralmente o randomizer acaba sendo uma modificação no jogo, em cima do jogo original, né? Tornando possível a quebra de sequência, a troca de inimigos, entre outras coisas, né, que você encontraria de forma normal no jogo, né, quando você jogaria, se você fosse jogar de forma normal, mas no caso é uma modificação. Tanto que tem vários jogos que nos dias de hoje que são randomizados e tem gente que faz campeonato, torneios, né, e curte até fazer speedrun, né, por mais que randomizer não deve ser speed runado, mas que só ocorre também. Basicamente tem que ser uma modificação externa, porque né, basicamente são poucas as produtoras que fazem realmente um randomizer oficial. Então acaba sendo mais uma modificação mesmo dos fãs. No caso, o Action Verge, né, que é um Metroidvania, ele tem um randomizer oficial feito pela empresa do jogo. Mas os randomizers mais famosos são Zelda, Super Metroid, né, Super Mario, que tem né, justamente você encontra com facilidade na internet.
I love randos, so had to give during the run I'm the most curious about. Randomize Sekiro? Time to find out what happens to it, and I think we are finding out right now. Time for one more?
Absolutely.
Brilliant. We also have $50 from Mal. Thank you very, very much. Who writes, I swear.
Bom, eu também nunca joguei, só conheço a história do jogo por conta da sua dificuldade. Mas basicamente tá tudo trocado, né? Então muitas coisas estão trocadas, mas certas coisas o runner já especificou que não serão randomizadas para poder não afetar muito também a questão de gameplay e progresso.
I don't think so. So it's probably headless. So there's a few things happened there. We picked up firecrackers. That's great. And then we also bought a skill book from the shop, which happened to be there. That's great.
Bom, ele já está utilizando já a corda para poder alcançar já certos locais.
specific to randomizers that they've added in to be helpful along the way and add another skill element to them. So there will be notes throughout the run that you pick up at random times. Also,
bom, ele encontrou pelo menos uma estátua de ídolo.
well, you'll be able to get hints on where key items might be or where they might not be.
Yes, we also saw Murtag buy a book, and in the books, the skills in the books are also randomized. So we're looking for
bom, falou que as habilidades, né, incluindo as habilidades em livros também são aleatórios, então também tá tudo randomizado.
Allows us to counter thrust attacks, which is there's going to be a lot of them later on, and it just makes fight much more doable.
Já estão tendo uma fight até que interessante já nesse começo. Tá aí, inimigo já derrotado.
So the one for the Mortal Blade one is really important because there's actually two Mortal Blade arts in the game. There's the empowered Mortal Draw and just the normal Mortal Draw. But if you do a jumping Mortal Draw, you actually get the empowered version of the Mortal Draw, which is really helpful to deal a lot of damage and posture to enemies.
Yeah, and Mortal Draw is one of the key items that we need to get in the game. So it's really, it's a really broken item as well. So everything just fit together. Oh god, you're getting destroyed.
I'm dead.
Oh,
so
no.
that's actually fine. This is a mini boss that we're going to come back
Nossa.
to. So I normally skip him, but
bom, ele não conseguiu dar conta. Acabou morrendo para os inimigos.
Here did not let that happen. So we're going to come back, and that's absolutely fine.
Yeah, so that's actually something we're going to see a lot of. Normally in From Software games, yeah, let's just read the hint.
You can't find anything in any shop. So no shops, no good, which is actually annoying. The shops are usually quite useful. Something else, that hint is actually very strange. Based on having played Randomizer quite a few times, that hint is almost always talking about things being underwater. And in every single run I've ever done, if that hint doesn't say there's nothing underwater, then there are things underwater. So I'm pretty sure there are things underwater. So we'll bear that in mind as well.
Yes.
Bom, ele tá indo agora em direção às minas.
Headless is not randomized into the logic. It could be a really big roadblock to have a headless spawn in weird areas, and so we don't randomize him into the logic.
Bom, ele encontrou a nota de shinobi.
Okay, that's a very interesting hint. I gave us a hint about a non-required item, which is a bit strange, but attack boosting Spirit Fall, which is Echo Spirit Fall, that would be incredibly useful. And it's in treasure in Ashina Outskirts. And I think I'm going to pick up all the treasure in Ashina Outskirts, so that's
bom, o Runner tem feito aí alguns checks.
Okay, yeah, let's just finish the headless thing. So
só não sei dizer com precisão se ele encontrou alguma coisa de importante ou interessante que ajude no progresso até agora.
Which allows you to attack ghost type enemies, and if you don't have that and you get headless in the early game and have them be required, it can be really difficult and yeah, it's just a pain. So for marathon safety, that
bom, mais uma kill feita.
We saw Murtag actually kill this enemy. Usually we don't kill a lot of the overworld enemies, but
ele diz que geralmente ele não mata inimigos, né, no overworld, mas certas situações, às vezes, né, no caso, quando ele tá no randomizer, então às vezes não tem o que fazer, você tem que matar um inimigo.
Yeah, and also we also went through a door that wouldn't normally be open. It's the Demon Bell Tower door. That's actually a setting in the randomizer pointing to the game. So the normal game you can't do what I'm doing right now.
Bom, para conseguir jogar num randomizer desses, né, a pessoa tem que ter jogado muito o jogo original, saber os pontos onde você já localiza itens de forma normal, então você tem que ter muita memorização.
Nice.
Let's freaking go. That's the literal best thing that could happen.
Bom, encontrou algo que ele queria. E esse item que ele encontrou ajuda ele a dar mais dano e é muito útil por conta disso.
Yeah. All of the crickets that are normally harmless are turned into very dangerous enemies.
Os inimigos aí que ele encontrou não são de dar muito problema. Só ter cuidado pra não acabar morrendo acidentalmente.
Items, either the invisible,
Yeah, Gachin, Akno, and
Gachin. Yes, those are the big ones to look out for.
And there are a lot of items in this area, so it's really nice to be able to go here early and pick it up. And especially the routing just becomes way nicer if we open that door we talked about.
Yeah, opening this door will let us backtrack through Sempu here, and then actually get into.
Bom, fez mais uns checks.
And that has also a lot of key item checks, which can help us a lot throughout the run.
Bom, ele encontrou mais escultura de mais uma escultura de um ídolo.
Yep, it's the biggest power spike in the game, definitely, and completely required to finish the game. It's one of the big 7 items that are absolutely required to beat the game. They are the Lotus Flower, Shelter Stone, and Mortal Blade. That will trigger the first story event, and then we need the Aromatic Branch to do the next story event. Mibu breathing technique.
Bom, e agora entrou na dungeon abandonada.
Key to get to the final boss, and then we need Divine Dragon Tears to finish the game. So every single time we get one of those 7 items, will be a big cheer, and we'll let you know that we got one of the big 7. That was another hint, so let's take a look what it says. Nothing is important in the Harada Pagoda.
Não, Alencar, então. Em questão, esse tempo é a estimativa que o runner deu para poder terminar o jogo. Não significa o melhor tempo, porque nesse caso ele tá jogando um randomizer, então o runner não tem ideia do que vai encontrar à frente do jogo, porque tá tudo trocado de lugar, incluindo inimigos entre alguns itens. Então, basicamente, o runner vai depender de habilidade e sorte, né, de dedução para identificar onde que tá os itens, né, fora que a Cid pode dar alguma dica ou outra indicando onde que certo item pode estar. Então, basicamente, em teoria, é o tempo que ele tem para poder terminar o jogo, caso ele tenha algum probleminha ou não. Então, porque esse tempo ele pode acabar estourando acidentalmente, caso ele demore demais.
Yeah, it's one of the big 7s, usually.
Or an item required to get one, like a key,
exactly.
like the gunport key.
Yeah, so the thing with randomizer is that sometimes the pathing can get very convoluted. So basically there are areas you can only access. For example, the Sunken Valley, the gun fort, you need.
Se fosse no caso do jogo Vanilla, o tempo de run seria diferente.
So yeah, important item can also mean one of the items you use to get into an area where you can find an important item.
Porque o runner já teria o local certo para ir, ou o que fazer e tudo mais. No caso do randomizer, com tudo trocado de lugar, ele tem que caçar o que ele precisa para poder finalizar o jogo. Por isso que tem vários checks que ele vai fazendo. Por isso que ele tem que decorar também o posicionamento de vários itens para poder fazer esses checks. Então a pessoa tem que ter um bom conhecimento vasto desse jogo e ter jogado por muitas horas.
Raises your attack power, and that is going to be on you for the rest of the game, and also is scaled with the buffs. So getting those is more or less required, or it's going to be a very long run.
Yeah, memories are the things that we most want to see, apart from Mortal Blade, but we got that. So I'm taking this path through Ashton Castle just to try to pick up as many memories as I can.
Provavelmente ele não faria check em todos os locais que ele tá andando até agora. Ele já iria no local certo, já que iria encontrar esse item no lugar, né, que no jogo normal, né? No caso do jogo Vanilla, por exemplo, ele já sabe que tal local vai ter o item que ele precisa. Agora, nesse caso, ele não tem essa certeza, por conta que, como trocou tudo, então ele tem que procurar.
If you grab
a ledge, you'll also cancel fall damage. So we're gonna use that a few places in the run, and we'll point it out when we get there.
Yeah. So every time I open a chest or I go.
É que no caso do Uncharted, a categoria que foi todos os tesouros, né? All Treasures. E no caso o runner precisou pegar todos os tesouros para depois finalizar o jogo. Só que nesse caso, como é um randomizer, o runner tá fazendo vários checks para poder finalizar, pegar o que precisa e para poder finalizar o jogo. Então, acaba sendo parecido, né, em questão de certos aspectos, mas são diferentes.
If you're in a door opening animation or at the very end of a teleport, you have iframes, like invincibility frames, so no enemies can hit you, and yeah, I couldn't imagine the run without it. That would be painful.
Yeah. Yeah, thank God for that. Especially in randomizer. Okay, so we've finished like our big run through the game. This guy's gonna have some fun, I think. Oh no, we rested in time.
Meu Deus, tem um inimigo bem atrás dele.
So I'm gonna take a look and see what's behind Dojo.
Não sei o que aconteceu com o inimigo, simplesmente sumiu. Poderia ter sido atacado ali.
He has a hint behind him, so I want to go get him at some point, but we will save him for now.
Yeah, it's important to know that enemies are scaled somewhat to where in the game they are placed, but if a late game enemy gets randomized into an early game area, they're still going to have a lot of health, even though the health tries to help you a little bit with scaling. But it's not enough. That enemy is still really, really tanky.
Yeah, that boss in particular, you're expected to have spear to lower his armor and things like that.
Oh, can we get this with Model Blade?
I'm trying to think what my strategy is. I think my strategy is try to lure him away.
Ainda bem, Nero.
I need him to spot me.
Porque se realmente ele tomasse um ataque durante o descanso da estátua, seria preocupante. Bom, esse inimigo tinha causado uma morte dele. Vamos ver se agora ele consegue finalizar esse inimigo.
Yeah, so normally this boss is gonna be a deflect fest. It can gauge you if you're just playing the game for the first time. This guy is really gonna test your deflect.
Yeah, it's a good boss to teach you that you need to take turns in combat. That sometimes it's the enemy's turn to deal a lot of attacks, and then it becomes your turn to deal some attacks as well.
Okay, nice. Even though there was that like a nightjar there, we got him.
Bom, finalmente ele conseguiu derrotar esse inimigo.
So yeah, that's one of the things we talked about with roadblocks, is that enemies like that has other enemies around it can really be hard to get sometimes. And that's also why we wait to kill Bull where Bull normally is, here to later. Because then we usually are a little bit, we deal a little bit more damage, we can be a little bit healthier, and that can help us a lot in that fight.
Yeah, so we've only got 2 attack power.
Bom, ele está explicando que certos inimigos tem que ter cuidado, porque alguns, né, vão dar mais dano do que o normal. E podem ser perigosos por conta disso.
There wasn't a good opportunity to use it there. I could have maybe used it, but I thought I could do it without it.
Look up. Don't look up. Oh no.
Fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, this is usually a stealth section, but, you know, we're speedrunners, we know where he's gonna
Meu Deus do céu, ele quase foi atingido ali.
There's no randomness to how the snake behaves, so we know exactly where to move and to get through that.
Another thing we should probably talk about in this run is that we're not gonna be skipping a lot of bosses, like you'd normally expect from speedruns.
Bom, ele falou que vai estar esquipando um monte de boss. Né? Ele vai, por conta do randomizer, ele pode fazer isso, né? De esquipar os bosses.
Yeah, so I'm going to be mostly doing everything. I will be skipping out really slow important checks, like hard mini bosses or slow items, which we might have to come back for. So it's kind of like a risk game of how much do I want to like risk, basically. And this is our first boss.
Oh, this is so weird to hear in German.
Yeah, we hit
Bom, ele falou que é o primeiro boss.
Oh, God. Oh, yeah.
Encontrou um boss sem querer querendo, vai ter que enfrentar.
Another thing, cute little thing the randomizer does, it combines the name of the original boss with the boss you're actually fighting. So, for example, this boss, yeah, his name is Ishin Oniwa. And that's, yeah,
sim, é um boss.
Kind of weird. We're gonna see some funky combinations later on the run, possibly.
Sim, os monstros também são random.
Yeah, Lady Owl is a good one.
Yeah, it's a really good one.
Só que nem tudo tá randomizado, mas boa parte do jogo tá.
Having Mortal Brawl for this fight is really good because you can get him out of his fire attacks, and those could be really deadly.
I guess with an arena this big, you could technically just run away from everything, but...
Bom, o runner precisa ter cuidado com os ataques de fogo desse boss, porque são muito mortais.
There we
we
go.
go.
Nice.
First boss down.
Bom, menos um boss.
One, but not the hardest either. It's a boss that people like me and Panic have fought hundreds of times.
This is my jam. I do the category that fights this guy, and such a fun fight.
Yeah, I hate
really
him.
good fight. He's basically a complete glass cannon. He can blow you up, but if you know exactly what to do, you can kill him pretty quickly.
Yeah, I like the Sword Saint Ishin a lot more.
Doutor Game.
Me too.
Ah, não sei fazer speedrun de todos os jogos.
So now Murtag is gonna go up and kill a seemingly random enemy up here.
Sim, parece, olhando assim, parece que é fácil, mas o jogo não é fácil. Sim, Nero. Realmente. Pro runner chegar no nível que ele chegou pra poder fazer o boss como se fosse absolutamente quase nada, ele precisou de muito treino, muitas horas jogando, muitas horas morrendo. Pra pessoa fazer speedrun do jogo, você tem que gostar muito do jogo, né? Que é o primeiro passo, você tem que gostar muito do jogo, né? Porque você não vai né, querer se arrepender de ter começado a fazer speedrun do jogo. Você também não tem que ser um jogo que você gosta também pra você não odiar, porque você vai jogar muitas e muitas vezes, vai resetar ele muitas e muitas vezes. Então, a pessoa tem que ter gosto mesmo pra poder correr determinado jogo. E é muito treino, né? Às vezes um runner descobre uma nova strat, um novo bug. E né, pode passar essa informação para os outros também executarem a mesma técnica. Com isso, mais coisas vão sendo descobertas, né? Basicamente o que faz aí, né? Um speedrun começar, né? E uma disputa também.
Yeah, so just for anyone out of the loop, Akko Spiritfall is an infinite version of the Akko Sugars that we're so happy about. So basically we can buff our damage by I think 20 or 30%.
It depends on which one. I think that one that's the normal Echo one, and that's 25%, and then the other one that half your HP is 50%.
Okay.
But this one is the 25%.
Okay, 25%, but that's still really good. We're gonna be doing a lot of attacking, so it's gonna save us a lot of time throughout the run.
Yeah, that guy was a bit oblivious, but
yeah, so we're killing these enemies because they could run into.
Bom, agora tá no castelo de Ashina.
Big fiesta in here, but kind of don't want that. Here we have another good name.
Oh, that's gonna be one of the generals. I think this is possibly one of the first roadblocks new players are gonna see. You're fighting him in the outskirts, and he'll regen his posture if you don't attack him. So it can be a very long fight.
Bom, ele tá enfrentando agora um general.
So we just use Echo, and now we can just Mortal Blade, and it does damage.
Even though he blocked it, even though he deflected the
Obrigado, Livenate.
like around 25% with only one mortal draw.
Bom, menos um.
Oh, nice.
Ele encontrou um item bom. Porque ele teve uma reação que ele falou que ele gostou. Então, ele encontrou alguma coisa que ele precisava. Bom, fazendo um pequeno upgrade agora na árvore, né, justamente na árvore de habilidades.
We already got Mikiri, so we're only looking for mid-air combat art now to get the empowered mortal draw that I talked about earlier.
Yeah, so now I'm going to go towards Ashina Depth, which is kind of like a standard place to go next, because I have to do the Depth Amiibo Village area no matter what, because we need to get to the wedding door. I could go for Genichiro, which is like the YOLO. Oh, okay.
Oh,
this is a mini-boss. You take over the commentary.
Oh, mini-boss, segundo o runner. Opa, acabou tomando uns hits. Precisa ter cuidado pra não acabar tomando uma morte. Sim, é randomizer, Livenate.
when she's dodging away, we can't hit her either. So basically, we go into this dance-like fight.
Bom, de qualquer forma, o Runner vai ter que acabar com esse mini boss, já que acabou dando de cara.
Really cool boss, but also very hard.
Yeah, definitely one of the hardest mini bosses in the game. Yeah, it denied me my jump stomp.
Oh god, the camera is not nice to you here.
Yeah, this is a very small arena for this fight. She likes to...
E a câmera não tá ajudando muito, porque não é um local que você normalmente iria encontrar esse mini boss, então, por conta do posicionamento, a câmera não tá ajudando muito pra enfrentar esse mini boss. Então tá sendo um pouquinho complicado aí pra essa situação pro Runner.
Yeah, in the game, we have both health and posture. You can see at the top of the screen. You need to fill the enemy's posture bar up. That's one way of killing them. You can do that by aggressively attacking the enemy all the time so their posture bar doesn't go down. The other way is to get their health down to 0, and then they will be instantly postured when you hit them.
Yeah.
But they also synergize a little.
Bom, já tirou uma barra de vida. Só falta mais uma.
The posture bar will go down slower.
Yeah, and enemies also have multiple lives. So you saw we had that red circle pop up. That means we death blow her once. Above her health bar shows how many phases or lives a boss has. So yeah, we have to kill her twice. And yeah, it can be scary with a boss this strong to have to kill her twice. Nice, good model draw.
Getting a little bit of health damage in there is always good.
Meu Deus.
Oh yeah. If
tem que se defender muito pra poder conseguir derrotar esse mini boss.
At the bottom, bills to max. We have to perfect like
the commentator curse.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Não, infelizmente ele morreu.
Otherwise, we get posture broken.
Mas pelo menos ele já levantou de pé, então tem que... Vamos ver se ele consegue derrotar.
And bosses hit really hard in this game. So yeah, Murtek has to play more or less perfectly.
Meu Deus, o mini boss tá dando já trabalho pra ele. Foi!
Yeah, so every single... Yeah, the main way we're dealing posture damage is the flex. So I have to block...
Meu Deus do céu, o mini boss deu mais trabalho do que o boss pra ele.
Every hit to get that big orange sparks and the sound effect to deal the posture damage. Otherwise, a regular block would just we would just get stunned basically instead.
Bom, momento de descansar.
Taking the safety idle here, and then we're gonna check what the boss is down here to see if we want to kill it or not.
Yeah, so usually this is a Chichimen, which we do not like, but this should be okay.
Oh. So the audio in this fight is normally messed up. It's because it's normally a Chichimen. Chichimen are spooky, and so like this arena is kind of special, and it kind of messes with the audio to make the fight a bit more spooky. We got the spooky Chichimen audio, so the enemy doesn't make any combat noises, so kind of ominous.
Bom, o Runner tá indo bem nessa fight agora.
Wow.
I blocked it, man.
Consigo cercar o inimigo na parede.
I don't know why I did that, but I did.
Okay.
I just stepped through it. There we go.
Yeah, so there are iframes in this game, like in Dark Souls, but you have way less of them, so you can't just dash through all attacks.
I'm so dumb, man.
Eita, Lele! Ele perdeu uma barra de vida quase inteira com um ataque. Ele foi dar as costas pro inimigo, olha só o que aconteceu.
I'm not used to it.
Oh yeah.
Like, you never have this.
Should we remind you?
No, it's fine. I'll remember.
Okay. Surely won't forget.
Oh.
A little bit risky here with the health, but we do have a resurrection still.
Wait.
So.
She is so tanky.
Yeah,
Só mais um pouco, ele já vai conseguir dar um golpe final no inimigo.
Really bad.
Okay, so we're getting saved by Model Blade and Akko.
E, bom, morreu, mas tá aí de pé de novo. Retornando nos ataques. Pronto.
Just use the Mortal Blade.
And we only got a pre-AP for that.
So it's worth noting we can't just spam the Mortal Blade, it uses our
bom, pelo menos ele vai voltar a descansar de novo.
We have 15 total. Mortal Blade uses them as well as the Akko's Spiritfall. We can actually still use
complicado, né, Grubby?
if we don't have any emblems, and it uses like 3 each time.
Now we have a long running section, so if you have anything to read out, now would be a good time.
Sure thing. Thank you very much. We have 2 anonymous donations, but I presume they are from the same person.
Bom, eles vão aproveitar esse momento que ele vai fazer alguns checks para falar as doações.
And indeed, they have donated towards the Worms Armageddon incentives. So they've selected the team name of Germensch with $40. The Worms names Veni and Exo for $20 each for a combined total of an $80 donation. Thank you very, very much for that. Just a reminder, we do have an upcoming donation bid war for Worms Armageddon for the team names, the worm names, and the voices. But also our next run,
Bom, mais um inimigo no caminho. Melhor tirar ele do que ter dor de cabeça.
My boy is only $4 behind at 26.
Meu Deus, vem mais um ainda.
$1 behind that at 25. So please do keep those donations coming in. Thank you very, very much.
Bom, ele retornou ao menu depois dessa.
Those 2 enemies at the same time are not that friendly.
Yeah. The Armored Warrior is we usually call him just Robert because that's what he yells when he falls. But yeah, Robert is a gimmick boss, which one of the only boss in the game that has this mechanic where he is actually unkillable. You'll notice if we attack him, his health will never decrease. So the only way to kill him is to...
Bom, ele falou que tem um inimigo... Meu Deus, alguém passou correndo literalmente ali por trás dele. Ali na plateia da ESA. Sim, é beneficente. É para ajudar justamente as crianças, né? Uma ONG que trabalha com crianças, então todo o dinheiro que está sendo, né, arrecadado é para ajudar essa causa. Bom, ele voltou a fight, né? Porque como tinha spawnado aquele outro inimigo, ele decidiu sair, então ele retornou a fight, só que dessa vez o outro inimigo não apareceu para atrapalhar, então ele vai poder fazer uma luta mais calma. Noite, Arvin.
Yeah, we popped a Gashin Sugar to not aggro that enemy that came over to say hi.
Oh no.
Oh, didn't work yet.
E, bom, o Runner tava falando que tem alguns inimigos aí ou no caso tem um boss que não tem como ele matar. E não importa o que ele faça, não tem como ele abaixar o HP do boss. What? Ele simplesmente matou o inimigo e jogou ele no limbo. Ele simplesmente mandou o inimigo no limbo ali.
So we get the father's bell charm before we get the young bell charm. But we still need the young bell charm and complete that.
Eu só vi o inimigo atravessando simplesmente o chão e já era.
So basically, those 2 charms, the bell oh god.
Então, o randomizer, né, tem cada seed é única. Então, os itens, né, nunca vão estar nos mesmos locais, né, que você encontrou na seed anterior, os bosses e inimigos também. Então, tem gente que tenta fazer speedrun de determinadas seeds, né, tenta terminar o jeito mais rápido, só que não é muito... Assim, tem gente que faz speedrun, mas ao mesmo tempo não é considerado speedrun, porque randomizer não serve muito pra você fazer speedrun, porque seeds, né, as seeds são diferentes, a não ser que os runners foquem em correr uma específica seed, né, aí pode ser considerado uma run, né, se todos fizerem uma seed, a mesma seed neste caso, pra ver quem pega o melhor tempo naquela seed. Né? No caso, o Minecraft, eu acho que ele tem essa questão de você jogar, tem a questão de seeds, né? Já que cada mapa que você cria é aleatório, então tem a questão de você jogar um seed aleatório ou não, né? No Minecraft, então tem, né? Nesse caso, acaba tendo essa pequena divisão, mas tem gente que faz speedrun de certo modo de randomizer, sim. Mas para competição ele é mais utilizado geralmente em questão de torneios, campeonatos, essas coisas. Um randomizer ele é mais ideal, porque se ambos os runners, né, que conhecem o jogo, sabem jogar o jogo, pegarem a mesma seed, né, as decisões de cada runner vai ser única, né, o comportamento do runner também, então Dependendo das decisões do runner, ele pode, né, ter um benefício ou um malefício no seu progresso. Então, o que acaba sendo mais interessante ver justamente no campeonato ou no torneio. Tanto que aqui, né, na Speed Game portuguesa, a gente tem alguns torneios de randomizer, né? Já... Eu sei que no final do ano a gente vai ter aqui o torneio de Super Metroid Randomizer. E Super Metroid o pessoal gosta bastante, né? Porque é incrível, né, você ver como cada seed acaba sendo única no jogo.
Yeah, they basically allow us to have a higher HP and more posture.
Yep, so we've gone from 2 attack power to 4 attack power, that's great, and we need some more running. So, Robo, if you've got anything to read, I won't forget, I promise. If you've got anything to read, Robo, give us a message.
Yeah, absolutely. Untimely
Bom, mais momento de cheques aí a serem feitos.
$100. Wow. So thank you very much for that, and has put it towards the Legend of Zelda Minish Cap file name as Zelda. So that is now very much in the lead, and we are fast closing in on that $18,000 milestone. So thank you very much for the donation. Please do keep them coming. It's for a fantastic cause.
Hardest skip in the game.
I did a skip.
So we saw Murtag looking at a group of enemies. There is a mini boss there, and we saw Shishima.
Bom, temos mais mini boss.
Enemies, so we really don't want to do that. We might come back if we need to later, but we're gonna wait with it for now. We're gonna skip it.
You promised, Murtag.
This is gonna be is this gonna be a thing now?
Yeah.
It's gonna be a thing?
It's gonna be a thing.
It's gonna be a thing. Okay, maybe remind me sometime.
Yeah, I'll try.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay, nice. Luckily that was.
Só mais pouco ele vai poder desferir algum golpe no inimigo.
He couldn't hit us. Nice.
There we go. Good fight.
Boa.
Yeah, so when we kill that enemy, in the lore of the game, that enemy, Miss Noble, has enchanted the forest, so there's actually a wall where we're going now, so we can't access this area unless we kill the mini-boss. So, yeah, we had to do that.
Completely required mini-boss to finish the game, yep.
Now running through Mibu village here. There is a check on the wall.
Bom, ele tinha que passar aquele mini boss para poder ter acesso justamente a essa área do jogo.
Usually the fight up here would get us, but that is another key item that is shuffled in, so we need to come back here when we got that tool.
Yeah, this item can be very scary. There are a lot of enemies. Oh yeah.
Everything's fine.
Okay, usually there's a lot of slow-moving enemies here. Oh, we have a
and a feeble guy that I didn't get.
Oh, I think we're out of range.
Nice.
Meu Deus, cheio de inimigos essa área. Pelo menos agora ele pode descansar.
Yeah, although we're
I think we have like 6 confetti now.
Oh yeah.
Yes, we do. So,
and we also have 5 attack power, which is like a pretty okay spot to be here in the early mid game.
Yeah.
We would like a lot more in the later part of the game, but right now 5 is pretty good.
Yeah.
Nice.
I tried to mid-air combat arts, it didn't work.
Yeah.
Bom, ele vai tentar fazer um combo pra cima desse inimigo.
So this is where the enemy we fought in the well would actually be the lady who could teleport away.
Nesse evento da ESA eu acho que não. Clear for Blue.
Yeah, Seven Spear has a really satisfying pattern to him.
Yeah, we also have Mikuri counter, which means we can do that, and it does a lot of posture damage. Fighting this enemy without Mikuri counter can be very difficult, because he does a lot of thrust.
Bom, menos inimigo.
Yeah, if you stay really on top of him, then it's okay. I was trying to weave in some Mortal Blades. Like, as good as Mortal Blade is, it's kind of slow to weave in. If you know exactly when to use it, it's really strong, but it can be difficult to weave that in.
We're gonna do another cool jump here. Nice.
Yeah, the first try.
Yeah, usually you cannot grapple that point, but if you jump out of the wall, in a kind of precise way, you can then actually grapple that point.
It's not that hard, but it was cool.
It is cool.
Okay. Final boss of the game.
Yep, final boss of the game, guys.
Reface.
O final boss do jogo. Ele simplesmente encontrou o final boss.
Yeah, I've never seen him do that before.
Ele já encontrou o final boss. Ele falou que vai ser uma luta longa. Vai levar um tempinho pra poder ele derrubar esse boss.
Now the scary phase is coming up. The second phase is always the scariest. He gets the spear and his whole attack pattern changes. So
he has a pistol now.
Yeah, he has the pistol and the spear and wind attacks and
yeah, a lot of stuff.
In the third phase, he actually gets lightning, but that actually makes him easier once you actually use the lightning to deflect a lot of health and posture damage back at him.
So the thing with lightning is in this game is that it only really hits you once you're on the ground. If you're getting hit by lightning while you're in
Então, Renatos, esse é um randomizer. Basicamente, inimigos e itens estão fora dos seus devidos locais, então cabe ao runner encontrar o que ele precisa para poder finalizar o jogo. E sem querer, querendo, ele encontrou o final boss. Fora do seu lugar, mas encontrou.
Okay, there we go.
Hopefully we also got a resurrection back. And now the lightning phase.
Nossa, falta mais uma barra de vida no boss. Ele usou o ataque de trovão.
Dealing a good 15% health, I'll say, and then also a lot of posture. And that also synergizes well with his posture not going down.
Okay. That's
Nossa,
a really rough attack to get.
Tomou uma morte ali. Ele precisa ter muito cuidado.
How did I do that?
Bom, ele conseguiu desviar.
One more lightning and it should be free.
Oh, you have no help.
Meu Deus do céu, ele só tá com um fiapo de vida. Só mais um pouquinho, ele consegue.
Yeah, so basically lightning does very little damage. Nice.
Foi. Meu Deus, por muito pouco.
Yeah, so even if
foi por muito pouco. Ele só tava com um fiapo de vida.
That was a penny with the assist on the firecrackers there.
Nice.
Yeah. Firecrackers are way stronger than a lot of people think because most bosses would just get stunned out of any attack. So you can use it to break them out of like armored attacks.
Also important to note, or like not important, but a fun gimmick. We have the Mortal Blade, but if you actually kill Ishin without the Mortal Blade, it will actually be
Bom, pelo menos agora ele vai poder se recuperar. Ainda bem que tinha uma estátua ali perto. Meu Deus, essa foi uma fight tensa. Bom, mais uma vez ele mexendo na árvore de habilidades.
Yeah, so this means we can use the glitch where the Mortal Blade, if we do it while in the air, it will actually do the empowered version's damage. So it's gonna boost our damage by a lot if we can get it off on bosses.
So we got a hint coming up here.
Oh.
The Pelican does not evade from any boss in the Sunken Valley. So the boss in the Sunken Valley is going to give us nothing, which is completely useless because we need to kill him anyway.
Bom, ele pegou uma dica agora do randomizer.
We have to kill Guardian Ape. So we just know we're going to be disappointed by Guardian Ape. So that's
I did not follow. Hopefully you got that.
Yeah, it's
also important when we say headless, we do mean headless ape, not the headless walking around in the world.
We're never going to talk about or acknowledge the existence of regular headless at all. If I say headless, it means the ape.
Yep.
Okay, let's.
Bom, ele vai aproveitar e vai fazer uma pequena viagem.
Excursion. We got mid combat arts. We got a bunch of attack power. So I'm feeling confident that we're going to go for Genny, which is going to be a really tough fight. But we got a.
But we have the spear
here. Tough mini boss here first.
Yeah. This is the guy we came back
Bom, mas antes ele vai ter que passar por esse mini boss.
Also, there's a hint behind him, which we really want.
As some people know, there's actually a way to skip this fight by jumping around the outside, but we're not gonna do that since skipping fights can be kind of risky in a randomizer because he might give us a key item that we might need. So it's always a bad idea to skip fights, and also there's a hint that we also want.
Yeah, the hint's actually the major reason. He's also a convenient fight to do.
Só falta a última barra de vida.
Oh, yeah, camera here
Bom,
would be rough.
basicamente eles estavam falando sobre a possibilidade de você esquipar certos mini-bosses no jogo, mas no randomizer isso não é possível. E se você executar certas movimentações, você consegue fazer um skip de mini-bosses.
And then circle back, but then if you're in a small arena, they can never really run away fully.
Mini boss to get a spear, which we've already got spear. Centipede extractor is the spear.
Centipede extractor? That is such a weird name for a spear.
We might see why it's called the centipede extractor. I'm not promising anything, but we might. So, Genichiro is very often the hardest fight in the run. One of you can explain why this fight is
usually
so
we
difficult,
can both be
yeah.
Usually we can be a little bit underpowered for this, but also here we see we have a headless coming up here, but also Genichiro is split into two boss fights.
E bom, olha só quem a gente acabou de encontrar.
Oh my God, he clipped.
Fora do seu lugar. Aquele famoso boss que trollou muita gente no jogo.
This is not a glitchless run.
So it's important to note with headless is running behind him or to the sides helps a lot because the hitbox for the head is actually out the.
Nessa luta, bom, nem preciso dizer, né? Fora do seu lugar convencional acaba sendo esquisito se você assistir. E ele já acabou. Mas agora tem outra fight.
This happens.
Okay.
Don't worry about it too much. The camera's weird as well. Try not to be too distracted.
Okay. Hopefully it just screams.
Oh, by the way, this is one of the hardest fights in the game. It's Father Owl.
Oh, so this is not the regular version. This is actually the version from the second memory, which has a different moveset. Very, very hard. And you'll see the moves when we get into phase 2. Oh man, that attack is so satisfying. So basically what you're doing here is you're baiting the overhead attack, where you can then sidestep it and then bait.
Boa, mais uma vez só falta agora só a barra de vida.
That Abe is scaring me so hard.
Yeah, at some point it's gonna attack you.
Let's just not go near it and it'll be fine.
Pera aí, o cara tá virando uma... Não. Não. Outra coruja não. Meu, outra coruja que é do mal no jogo, não. Que isso, jogo? Qual é? O cara usa uma coruja, meu. Ah, não. De novo essa situação. Aí... É a terceira coruja do mal. Bom, ele derrotou. Derrotou o inimigo. Tô triste que já é a terceira coruja do mal que aparece só nessa ESA.
Oh, what? He doesn't despawn? What?
No, he doesn't. Shall we leave him here?
Yeah, just leave him. I think he'll be fine. Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, Genny is split into two bosses, and that means we first had to fight the headless.
Just hanging out.
And yeah, and then I'll afterwards. This is so weird in German.
Yeah, I'm like, is this the right dialogue? What's going on?
Ah, meu, a da Ocarina of Time não tem culpa.
Yeah, so there's
só tá ali pra ajudar. A do Link's Awakening também. Só tá ali pra ajudar.
Yeah, so there's 3 boss fights in the game that there's like a cutscene in the middle. And so the game actually treats those fights as 2 fights back to back, and so the randomizer will also do that, which works in our favor and not in our favor, because that means sometimes we get a boss fight that's actually like half a boss. Like if we fight Genichiro, it will only be one half of him. So
we're gonna see that at another point in the run, the very end of the game, where we are actually supposed to fight.
É, pra quem faz run, o pessoal odeia a coruja mesmo no Ocarina of Time. Tanto que tem Tem gente que faz, né? Tem o skip que você pode fazer dela, né? Da coruja. Ai, ai. Shoutouts ao Getalho aí que faz a run do Ocarina of Time e ele colocou um split com o meu nome. Ai, meu Deus. Aí toda vez que ele não consegue skipar a coruja, ele fala, é culpa minha.
Tango quest where we had to kill that rat after the first boss, where in the Gilbu arena, because otherwise he won't actually be in the tower. He'll be out hunting rats instead.
Yeah, so I checked Black Hat here, who's a merchant with a check.
Vai fazer o quê? O bichinho tá ali só pra dar aquele pequeno help, né? Fazer o quê?
So that's great, and we're probably going to go there because we can get 4 really good hints off them.
That's sneeze
What?
German.
What is? Oh,
That's German sneeze.
Oh.
That's a hint.
I was like, what?
No mini bosses.
Bom, lá já é 1h23 da manhã. A plateia já deu aquela diminuída. A maioria já foi dormir. É um ou outro que tá ali pra acompanhar.
Yeah, so if we're referring to bosses, we're basically referring to the normal progression. We have already fought Owl here, but normally we fight him after we get the 3 key items. I don't, 3 or 4. That we basically Mortal Blade, Shelter Stone, and Lotus Flower.
Yeah, that was what those 3 will trigger. Yeah, they'll trigger it. Yeah, then we'll trigger Owl.
É, eu acho que eles estão ainda.
Those are the mini bosses referring to and saying, hey, you don't need to do them.
There are a few mini bosses in the game now that we're talking about it, which we are gonna skip. But we're not locked out of those mini bosses specifically because there's an offering box where basically if there's a world state transition, for example, when Ashina Castle falls and it's going up in flames, the mini bosses that were there previously will despawn. But we can get the items from them in the offering box that is at
Nossa, já deu um bom dano já no inimigo já no começo.
So we're not locked out of those specifically. But it depends on the boss. And it's only the world state transition bosses we can do that trick for. Robert!
German Robert.
Eles só aguardando a névoa poder sair para poder continuar, já que era um mini boss.
Well, I'd say decent for memories right now, but that combined with Akko and the Mortal Blade and the mid-air combat arts, we're doing really good damage now. It's really good.
What is our attack power?
It is 6.
Ah.
And there's actually a quick detour I was going to do.
Elaborate.
Yeah, I have the check. I'm going to check the shop. I haven't checked this shop right yet, have I? No,
Not
I
the
haven't.
shop, and you also got another prosthetic, so you could also get the other key check in.
Thank you, sir. That's why I brought you.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
2 memories here.
Okay, but can we afford it? 1,800. Let's see if we got that.
Bom, ele encontrou justamente o que ele precisava, algumas coisas que ele precisava com o vendedor.
Let me just sell everything and see if it's enough.
Ele vai tentar vender tudo
God.
What can go wrong?
para poder conseguir pegar o que ele precisa.
So we don't want to sell the confetti here because we're gonna use it.
Yeah, we don't want to sell the confetti or the fistful of ash. The fistful of ash can be used to.
Sure.
And we got enough.
Nice.
Yeah.
It can be used to stun lock some enemies that we might see later.
Nice. So that was a very worthwhile detour.
Yeah, so we have even more attack power now that we upgrade. We're gonna go up to 8. Do you have any plans where you want to go next?
Yeah. So it's definitely going to be monkey.
You didn't do the guy in there.
Oh yeah. Thank you.
So why do we talk to him?
Because when you equip your 3rd prosthetic, he'll give us what would have been the mechanical barrel, which will be something else.
Oh, not important.
Well,
Useless prosthetic.
oh well.
But that could have been a memory, or it could also have been.
Ele queria que fosse pelo menos uma memória, mas não é.
So what are the plans now, Mertek?
Yep. So off to monkeys. Monkeys will give us 4 hints, as you'll see. And those 4 hints will guide like how we do the rest of the run. Because not all hints are made equally. and I went to the wrong. I think I've already got the next one.
Took the
Yeah.
But I think we also have a little bit of a long running section here up to monkeys. So donation reader, if you have anything to plug or anything, now could be a good time.
Yes, absolutely. So we do have some fabulous prizes that if you do donate, you are eligible to go into a draw for. So the main one is if you do donate $100 over the course of the marathon, it doesn't necessarily need to be in one big lump, although obviously big lump $100 donations are very welcome. But all you need to do is do a cumulative total over the course of the marathon of $100 and you will be...
No momento eles estão falando das doações.
We have two up for grabs, one for our North American friends and one for our EU. So you've got a couple of options there. There's no shipping restrictions necessarily. Meanwhile, at the $75 mark, you've got a couple of Stream Decks. At the $50 mark, we have some Retro Tank SCART adapters and also a couple of Nintendo Switches. So some absolutely amazing prizes up for grabs if you do donate during the marathon.
Bom, ele encontrou mais ponto de descanso.
Donations that have come in so far.
Yeah, thank you so much for the donation.
Boa noite, Joaquim Lucas.
Oh my god.
Oh, meu Deus.
I might want to explain this fight.
Yeah, so the thing with monkeys is that there are 4 monkeys that are part of one boss. For the randomizer, all of those enemies are going to
Bom, ele vai ter que fazer essa luta ali mesmo.
throughout the run. There can be duplicates because this fight is kind of special. It is a gimmick boss. So normally you would get in here and you would chase down the monkeys and kill them one by one, and they each have their own power. So there's a hearing monkey, seeing monkey, invisible monkey, and I guess a terror monkey. I don't actually know. Yeah, but the point is that...
Bom, de qualquer forma... Nossa, ele morreu! What?
Yeah, so that's Shizu.
Bom, ele precisa encontrar alguns macacos agora. E eu não sei o que aconteceu, porque ele simplesmente... De novo! Ele foi atingido de novo.
Oh my god, destroyed.
Sim, é uma run, só que de Sekiro tá tudo randomizado.
And that's mostly because finding an invisible monkey out in the overworld as a mini-boss could be really annoying.
Yeah,
so
just somewhere in the world that you have to kill, yeah, no.
Yeah, I'll pass on that. Yeah, so these mini-bosses are slightly weaker than normal mini-bosses, so we're gonna just shred them.
So now, before we go and kill the last monkey, we're gonna go and read all the 4 hints that are around the arena here.
Blurs and Abyss. Nothing can be found in the past.
Oh, nice.
That is a very good hint. Nothing can be found in Elitist Astronaut. That's also a really good hint. That means
bom, o runner tá jogando no controle, na verdade.
We'll have nothing. I'm gonna go this way.
So it says nothing in the past. Is it only the first pass or both pass?
Both pass. And yeah, that is really good luck. Treasure in the Divine Realm has no required items, so no treasure in the Divine Realm.
Yeah, so that hint about the past actually means we can skip 2 entire areas that we don't.
Não, ele está jogando a versão de PC. Porque para você conseguir jogar o Sekiro Randomizer, o jogo precisa de uma modificação. Então isso seria mais possível para uma versão de PC do que de console.
Well, actually 3 checks, and so it's good that I did that because then I don't need to go and do them anymore. We're getting a lot of don't go here hints. That's very interesting. Oh, sorry, the hint's over here.
This might be a really fast run. And now that I've jinxed it, we're gonna go for longer. Let's go.
Any mini-boss in the Divine Realm? Yeah, so that's saying there's no mini-boss in the Divine Realm. So we just got...
Bom, ele pegou mais uma dica do Randomizer.
And yeah, so that's ruled out a lot of things.
So we can go to True Monk and Divine Dragon, right? There are no other checks in there. Or Chi-Chi Man, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a mini-boss.
So it's only Divine Dragon.
Anyone see a Myth Noble anywhere?
We could reset.
I'm gonna reset him. That's fine.
Yeah, so we can use this item to basically teleport everyone back to the default position.
Não, as runs podem ser feitas até em jogos que são considerados grandes. Em questão de tempo. Já tivemos aí até agora o Cyberpunk, que ele durou umas 3 horas de run. Já tivemos outras runs que duram quase 3 horas, né? Também, ou 2 horas.
Might have walked off the edge, and then if you haven't dealt any damage to the enemy before they run off the edge, you don't get the kill from them in the randomizer.
Oh. But yeah, we're gonna teleport here and just get an item. If you have anything to say again, I think that's just nice.
Now's a good time, yeah.
Yeah. Gonna do some dialogue.
Fantastic. Well, we do have a $75 donation that has got us above $18,000.
Nice.
So,
let's go, everyone.
Thank you very much, Turkey, for taking us over the top of that $75 donation. Who writes, "This run do be straight bussin' though, for real, for real." And that has gone to the bonus category of any percent for the Super Mario Land 2 run later on. So that's getting a bit closer to being met. Thank you very, very much for that donation. Please do keep them coming in. Back to you.
Okay, so this run is going good. That's good. We got loads of damage. We got Mortal Blade. It's all great. But we're running out of places to go, which is going to be an interesting challenge.
Yeah, we don't have...
Bom, ele retornou ao Castelo de China.
We know that we need to do headless because we had a hint, right? And it definitely did, but so that we need to go to headless, which means we need Gunfoot Key to beat the game because you need to do Gunfoot Key to kill Guardianate, which is required for headless save.
Yeah, but there's still some important checks down here towards Gunfort that could give us the Gunfort Key.
Yeah, and Monkeys really likes to give you a hint to not bother with Sunken Valley. And we didn't get any hints telling us to not bother with Sunken Valley. So I think there might be a good chance here there's something good.
Oh god.
Please. Please.
Surely it's not gonna happen again, right?
Oh my god, it can't be Warriors.
Nossa, ele tomou três flechadas. Meu Deus do céu, ainda caiu.
He's gonna die. Or maybe it's not. I don't know actually, no.
Oh, insta-kill.
Oh.
Good.
That's the power of empowered.
Bom, pelo menos ele já conseguiu dar um insta-kill no inimigo.
I did it.
So now we're just gonna go out here just to get this quick item check. This is a key item usually.
Oh!
Memory, that's
Another
good.
memory,
Nice.
that's good. So in terms of the key items right now that we need, do we still need both the Lotus Flower and the Shelter Stone?
Yes.
Yeah, we don't have either of those. We're still 1 out of 7 of the items we need to finish the game. So.
And preferably we'd also get the key to the Gunfort because there's basically an entire area that's locked behind that one item.
Yeah.
So hopefully we get it here and we can just keep running.
Yeah, the best thing here would be we just find Gunfoot Key on the way to Gunfoot.
Yeah.
It doesn't usually happen that way, but I have had it happen before. So.
Oh yeah, useless.
Yeah,
Bom, ele tá fazendo mais alguns checks, o runner.
Which is okay, but we already have quite a bit, so pretty useless.
Yeah, so that's basically just a voucher, buy one get one free for items. You don't have to spend as much when you buy.
Yeah. I think it might add items to some shops, including Divine Confetti. I might actually be wrong about that, but I think it does.
I think that item makes it so you can buy infinite Divine Confetti at the Dilapidated Temple.
Okay, so I
Run do Elden Ring durou
I'm gonna beat this mini boss first try.
Yeah,
umas...
so this is
Deixa eu
actually
ver.
some of the, it's probably the most hated area in the game.
Acho que foi 1h40 e poucos minutos. Porque foi agora há pouco que teve Elden Ring. O runner utilizou bastante bug.
All enemies are randomized, so they can't be in the same position. And we'll see a ton of other cool enemies.
Ele fez muito out of bounds, entre outros bugs, para poder esquipar e passar pelos locais de forma muito rápida.
Wait.
There we go, we're fine now.
Nice. Good fight.
Bom, uma glitchless acho que duraria mais.
Oh, there we go!
There it is.
Por conta que você não, né, com bugs você já consegue cortar bastante o caminho, então sem bugs você teria que fazer o caminho todo padrão, então você levaria muito tempo.
Enjoy the quiet Gunfort, by the way. Normally you're getting shot at by loads of enemies.
Não, é por conta da categoria. A categoria que foi demonstrada, basicamente no evento, era de fazer todas as memórias. Então ele teve que fazer os principais bosses que continham as menores. E fez um final, né, que bateu a meta, né, foi batidão a meta, então, de arrecadação para fazer um final específico. E, bom, e o runner foi lá e fez.
So this boss down here is really good. Not only does the boss give you a key item, but there's also another key item right after that. So there's 2 key item pickups right here.
Ele usou muitos bugs, principalmente o bug do Pegasus, né, que permitia ele voar com o cavalo e ficar em out of bounds.
Yeah, can you read it out before I kill him?
Long arm centipede. I didn't get it.
No. No.
It's also important to note that there is a prayer beat usually down here if you go down under the floor and all the way around. But in that tunnel section, there's a lot of enemies usually, and it's a very small space, so that could be a big roadblock. You could basically maybe not get out from there. So
yes.
That is out of the logic for the randomizer.
Yeah. So. The fifth Matt, who is the mod creator of this.
Bom, temos a cobra em cena.
He basically just decided like what should count as an important location and picked like the interesting.
Ele conseguiu
so, like,
chegar na estátua a tempo.
Like the Serpent Viscera locations that are count as important, even though the items you get wouldn't normally count as important. So it's just kind of handpicked, and for whatever reason, that's the one prayer bead that isn't part of the logic.
Yeah, no one likes it. So if you're wondering why that fall we did right after the snake didn't kill us, that's because we're actually just doing what the game intends, but stretching it a bit. So normally when you go on that bridge, the snake is supposed to come at you and destroy the bridge and you fall all the way down. So they have a zone where normal fall damage doesn't apply. So you take reduced damage and you won't die. And we're just... Instead of going on the bridge, we're just jumping off and just keeping on that edge of that.
Bom, ele tá explicando que a cobra, né, foi modificada no randomizer para não te matar instantaneamente, para você conseguir fazer a travessia. Por isso que ele conseguiu passar por ela sem problemas.
You ready for a face plant?
This guy is a pushover.
There you go. So yeah, because normally when you kill that guy, it would cause a cutscene when you fight him.
Gatehouse key could be a good one.
Interesting. We will keep that in the back of our minds. We might go use that. The randomizer, we know that that's useless because we already got a hint saying Guardian Aid gives you useless items, so therefore that key is useless.
Eu só sei que Sekiro é difícil. Dark Souls também é difícil, então nível de dificuldade eu só sei que ambos os jogos são difíceis.
Yeah, there's a lot of galaxy brain thinking in
We've got like 20 hints. How do you do it? Okay, so we're going to go to Headless Ape Burrow now. So yeah, hopefully we get a boss that's not too hard.
Bom, o Werner tá indo para um próximo local. Ele tá torcendo para o boss não ser difícil. E, bom, justamente logo esse boss.
Yeah, so it's really important to only do 7 hits here after you to make sure that he gets into that stun lock.
Yeah. So phase 1 is pretty easy, and because we have jumping modal draw, this second phase shouldn't be too bad either. We can, he has a scream attack that we can basically just cancel whenever it pops up. With the jumping modal draw, it does so much posture damage that it's just, yeah.
Yeah, we have 10 attack power, we have spear, we have jumping modal.
Bom, lá vem a segunda forma.
Done pretty quickly.
Oh yeah, we have the spear, right?
Yeah, and we're gonna hopefully see why it's called the centipede extractor.
Nice.
There it is.
There we go. That deals a lot of posture damage and also a good amount of health damage to him.
No, you're not gonna scream.
There we go.
Good fight.
Yeah, that was a good fight. Okay, then this goes to those 4 important checks, and we already know that one of them is going to be required, so let's see what we get.
Would be amazing to get both the Lotus and the Shield.
Bom, agora sim ele finalizou o boss.
Memory, Shieldstone. Oh, two.
And
Veio uma memória.
pretty big one. Now we can go do
Mibu's one of the
the
big 5.
yeah, we can go do the underwater
big 7.
checks now.
Yeah, so we know there. Well, we have a suspicion that there's going to be something underwater because of the hint in the very early game. So there are a few locations that we can check now where there are treasure chests at the very bottoms of lakes and stuff like that.
Yep, and we had a hint that said that Senpu didn't have anything useful, which ruled out one of the underwater checks. So, if I'm right, this is Lotus.
Giga Brain?
Oh, Giga Brain.
Oh,
my god.
nice.
There you go. That's
Bom, ele encontrou um item muito bom.
If it wasn't that one, there was only a couple of mini bosses somewhere we skipped that it could have been, and that would have taken a lot of going down, tracking them down, and
yeah, so this is kind of like the main skill of randomizer is like being really good at hedging about where you think things are, rather than just doing like random activities that are very likely to waste your time. So
yeah, that's me playing randomizer.
yeah, it's still a really fun way to play, but it's a lot slower. Stop aggroing. Okay, I'm just thinking about where we need to go. Yeah, we've triggered the event, so yeah, we go kill Owl.
it is important that we actually also warp here, because if we actually ran all the way back, the event wouldn't start. So we need to actually warp back to Ashina here for the event to start.
Yeah, so this is gonna trigger the world transition that we talked about. So, lore-wise, we have been trying to help Coral with his quest of severing immortality, but Owl, our
Bom, ele vai
raised us, wants that
pegar e
power for
fazer uma
himself, so he
quest
has teamed
agora.
up with the bad guys and yeah, invaded the castle. So we have to go save him again. And he's, of course, at the place we left him, at the very top of the tower. And for some reason, they disabled the teleport, so we have to go there manually.
Luckily, they give us all of these extra grapple points.
Bom, basicamente o Runner não pode se teletransportar para o local. Então ele tem que ir de forma manual.
So we actually will be able to fight this boss, but then not go anywhere beyond that without the aromatic branch. But we did know that we got something important off a boss in this situation, so I think Owl's going to give us something important here. Alright, I need to not kill the run. This is important. I almost did it.
Oh,
if you hit the top dialogue option,
you get
run
two
is
choices. You
literally
get 2 tries at it.
you do, but potentially the run is dead.
Yeah.
Great Shinobi Lady Owl of Baited Butterfly.
Damn. I mean, she is a great shinobi. It's just a
Bom, começou mais uma fight.
I hope you're ready for the most skillful strategy that's ever existed.
Also, yeah. So, how did you find this strat, Murtag?
Yeah, so in all the speedruns that kill Butterfly, they just save her till last and one-shot her with Mortal Blade, so I didn't know how to kill her. So I googled easy, like, kill Butterfly, and I found a YouTube video that said to do this, and it totally works. Would recommend. 5 out of 5.
Also, it's important to note that key items cannot be randomized into the same location, but because
Bom, boss finalizado.
key items, the aromatic branch could be in the second key item slot, but sadly it wasn't.
It's not. So the wild goose chase begins. Where is the aromatic branch?
Yeah, so we can kill this boss up here. So 3 items to trigger the invasion, and then we need that aromatic branch to continue the quest line and unlock the next big area, which is probably the most beautiful area of the game.
Bom, ele disse que ao ter feito esse boss já se abriu uma grande área para ele explorar.
But yeah, we need that aromatic branch to progress the story.
Yeah, so
E bom, ele vai justamente para esse local para poder conseguir um progresso na história.
First thing I'm going to check is this offering box, which has nothing.
So that's the offering box that we were talking about, that when a world event changes, like when there's a world changing event, every key item would then go into the offering box, so you cannot get soft locked.
Yeah.
I am really hesitant to go to this mini boss because it's going to be really hard.
Could we go to the snake? Do
I think we do not have puppeteer, so we can't go the snake. That would be a good shout. I'm pretty sure, yeah, due to the hint logic, that the gatehouse key is not going to be useful. So I think this is our best bet, even though Shichiman is one of the worst fights, and he's surrounded by regular enemies. But hopefully Mortal Draw should bring us through here. It's gonna be kind of tricky though, still.
Yeah.
Just gonna.
So the thing with this enemy is that
Bom, ele encontrou um mini boss. Só que tem inimigos por perto, então ele precisa ter muito cuidado.
But luckily he is quite squishy, so if we can manage to stay on him and not get hit by all these attacks, we should be good.
Bom, se ele conseguir evitar a maioria dos ataques, ele vai, né, ficar bem. Bom, de Silver Runner.
Now we need to get this item off.
Bad timing.
It's fine.
Tomou um ataque ali. Meu Deus.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. In fact, actually,
E ele morreu.
I just realized what the best play here is. Go quit out. Because that will keep the enemies dead, but reset everything else. So this should work out pretty well.
Yeah, enemies don't respawn with a quit out. They only respawn after you rest at an idle.
Yep, so now he's by himself.
Bom, ele deu reset só pra garantir que não apareçam os outros inimigos, são apenas um mini boss.
Dragon droplet. That gets rid of the thing that I've got. Yeah. I don't normally do this, but this is just safety. Chichimen are scary.
Could maybe even get a death blow up here.
Yeah, that's ambitious. They're really perceptive, so very unlikely that I'll stealth up to this guy.
Oh, almost.
Bom, e agora ele vai começar a fight.
A lot of damage.
Yeah.
We are double buffed right now, which we have the laser sword. Oh,
the
God.
terror.
Bom, ele usa um item pra poder ficar bufado.
Good thing I used the demon.
Ele morreu!
Yeah.
Ok.
We're double buffed right now, which just means we absolutely destroy the boss.
Só falta agora uma barra de vida ainda. Mini boss.
Totally free fight.
It's also important to note that Murtag is trying to not hit the Shishiman dead on, because if you hit him dead on, he has a high chance of parrying your attack, and every time he parries your attack, he will teleport away.
Pronto, conseguiu derrotar.
Some other magic attack that wastes a lot of time.
Yeah, that's a technique we call dead angling, and it's used in like every category.
So that wasn't it. So let's try some of this. I have an idea. Which is to go to here. And Reservoir, I think, hasn't been deleted, the boss, yet. So there's still a boss there.
That could be right, yeah.
We could open Gatehouse Key. We're going to walk right past Gatehouse.
You want to check it, just, or should we trust the hints?
Yeah, like, but the thing is, it's going to feel really bad when it's, like, nothing. Cause, like,
yeah, it's just going to be a god seed.
I'm not going to do it. I'm going to believe in myself.
It could still be a memory, though.
No,
so but we're already super strong.
No, I believe in myself.
Bom, lá vai ele pro reservatório.
I should have Gatchin first here.
Yeah, so we're back at the very start, and there's an enemy guarding this tower, but it's.
Bom, ele precisa passar por esse inimigo que está guardando o local.
I don't know, the football team split up, I guess.
Yeah.
Bom, rapidinho ele já deu um jeito no inimigo.
So again, not it. So let's think of some other places to go.
Bom, o Runner falou que tem mais alguns lugares para ir.
Was that ruled out?
We can't get there,
but
it's here.
Could we not get?
You have missed Ravens, so the randomizer logic has opened it up for you in theory.
That's a very good point. Although it did say Sunken. No, yes, we didn't have anything about Viper. Yes.
Nice.
So yeah, we haven't had a hint saying Sunken Valley is useless. And yeah, so there's a snake here, and the randomizer logic considers it possible to get past when you have Puppeteer or Mist Raven Feathers, and we have Mist Raven Feathers, so it could consider us there. Now, there is a way to get it without either of those, but you only get one shot at it. Also, cool jump.
Yeah, since the snake has a spawning animation that it only does once, there is a thing you only can try once, where you then jump off right as the snake charges you the first time.
Bom, eles estão falando da cobra agora.
After that, we need to use the Mist Ravens.
It's not very hard, but you just have to know where you're going, and that's basically it. But randomizer is also made for casual players, so if you want to try it out yourself, you don't need to know any speed tech.
So that jump was not intended, and I'm very glad that I got that.
There we go.
Oh,
There
there
it
it is. Cypher with the
Ele encontrou o que ele
Let's
queria.
go.
That was clutch, man. This co-op run is great. I love it. I wish I could always have you two.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, I don't want to jinx myself mentioning this, but I've literally never used the misradiant feathers to get through that. I actually do not know how you do it. I assume you just use it.
I think it's when the snake charges you, you then get so many iframes that
Yeah,
you go past
just
it.
go through it.
Yeah, instead of getting hit, you go the direction you're.
Yeah, I didn't fancy
Targeting.
the idea of doing that for the first time live in America.
I must admit, I've
So,
never done it.
I was a bit nervous.
I was happy when you did that. I remember you talking about you never did that before.
Yeah, I was slightly nervous. So now we can go through this dialogue. It's going to take a little while, especially because I'm going to be very confused by the
Bom, ele vai
term,
passar por um pequeno diálogo ali.
Robo Sparkle. If you've got anything to read, now is the best time.
Yeah, absolutely. So, what we haven't talked about yet is why we're all doing this. We are doing this for Save the Children. So, every single dollar you donate, every cheer, every sub, all of that money goes directly.
Enquanto isso, eles vão aproveitar e falar sobre algumas doações.
Every dollar goes directly to their mission, which is changing the lives of millions of children around the world. They work to make sustainable and long-lasting impact on children's lives. So whenever you donate, our promise is that it will go towards making the world a better place for children. You guys have already raised well over $18,000 for that mission. Thank you so
Enquanto
very,
isso,
very much. And,
nosso
please do continue
protagonista
donating.
está de papinho aí com os NPCs.
Thank you so much for that, Robo Sparkle. And yeah, it really is a really good cause. Thank you so much for everyone that's donated $18,000.
Eita, notificação!
And we finished that dialogue, so now we can advance into the late game. Very exciting.
Yeah.
Bom, mais uma vez ele vai usar a
Thing to note
estátua.
here is that, bosses
Não,
are
é
still
que
not
esse
gonna
som
be
nem é do WhatsApp, é só pra de notificação aleatória do meu
late game
celular.
bosses in the early game will be easier, but also early game bosses in the late game will be harder. So for example, if we see the first boss, Gilbu, have we fought him?
No, we have not.
Okay, yeah. If we see him somewhere, he will actually be pretty difficult because his health will be, I don't know, maybe double, tripled, something like that.
Yes. We did also get hints that the treasure here was not useful.
And the mini bosses, two
And
separate
mini bosses,
hints.
yeah. So we're pretty much just gonna
Bom,
speedrun through the
ele
area.
vai ter que
So
enfrentar
the
mini
true
boss.
fight, which is the corrupted monk.
A true monk is corrupted monk, so we need to trigger the fight by working half.
Ele já aproveitou para descansar ali na estátua antes de enfrentar.
Sees us already, but now the health bar started, and then now we can actually first start fighting the boss.
Opa, não é um mini boss, é um boss, aparentemente.
When you just get into the arena, you would not do any health damage to it.
Yeah, another way you can notice it is the music. Oh god.
Okay.
Nossa, ele já deu
That is
uma
scary.
matada já no personagem.
I didn't react properly to seeing that it's corrupted monk. I should have used divine confession.
Ele não conseguiu reagir a tempo.
We'll just give that a quick reset.
Ele vai dar o
I
reset.
could have fought on, but it actually is probably be fastest to do this.
Boa noite, Hatsu.
Yeah, so normally for this boss, of course this is not the correct version, you can actually skip the boss entirely by going outside her trigger range on the branches on the side. It's pretty precise, but that's what is
Bom, ele vai reiniciar a fight de novo.
It used to be a lot
Vamos
easier
ver como o
to
runner vai
patch,
sair.
but then they try to patch it, and with a lot of From Software patching, they patch something and then they make it either just harder or still speedrunners can still do it.
Yeah.
So they made it just much harder to do. Now we have a good stun lock here. After you see this the first time, you can never really fight these monks normally again. At least I cannot.
Oh
That's
no.
the unblockable.
Nossa, já tirou uma barra de vida.
Two ways. Either you can use firecrackers, and then with the corrupted monk you can do 2 attacks, and you can also use the fistful of ash. That's also why we didn't sell that earlier in the run.
Yeah, the stun lock is really nice because she is super tanky. So having chipped away at her health will make.
Bom,
the
ele falou que esse
bar
boss ele é muito
more,
técnico.
Much slower, so we can have way more leeway. A nice, good fight.
There we go.
Boa.
And also this might be the only name that's actually right in the whole run.
Yeah. Well done, gaming. You got it
Foi
right.
tensa essa fight, hein?
It's trying its best.
Nope, nothing.
Nothing there.
So Yeah, I think. Well, actually, no. The hint. We could have got something good there.
So now basically the dragon fight is
Ai, Grandel Green.
Yeah, so this whole area on the left side of the screen, you're not gonna see any of it. We're just gonna swim through this corridor and go straight to the boss.
Yep, so
Bom, ele vai nadar por esse corredor para ver se encontra algum boss.
So when we got that item, that's what let me advance through here. Otherwise, we'd be stuck.
Peixe atacado ali, hein?
So there's a treasure up here that I already know won't have anything, but it's right here and it might contain a memory. It literally never does. I've not had a single run where this.
Nem os peixes nesse jogo perdoam.
I mean, in both the practice runs we've had, it's just been a prayer bead, I think.
I think often worse than that, just like some garbage. But yeah, a prayer bead was in one of the practice runs. Let's see if it can be better than that.
Nope.
No.
Não era o que ele queria.
Okay, so we're coming up to Divine Dragon, which is a very strange fight, so probably want to start explaining it now.
Do you want?
I can do it, yeah. So,
Opa,
go for it.
right.
temos raios.
A little bit special here in the randomizer. It's not pure random. The game does give us some of the original enemies, so we can do the death attack, the spinning death attack, to one-shot the enemies that are around.
Mais raios.
Yeah, and it's done this way because having like 4 of those enfeeble enemies, you can't kill them in time, so
Bom,
be able to actually
olha quanto inimigo que ele vai ter que lidar.
just a sanity thing where you will never get an unbeatable seed. Yeah, but the fight, the way the first fight works is that you have to kill every enemy at least once, and I think there are about 20 of them.
Meu Deus do céu.
Once we get past this phase, we'll actually fight the boss.
É muito inimigo.
Oh, that's a bad tree placement. I should have worried about that.
Bom, ele espera conseguir passar dessa fase, pelo menos.
Again, this is shared health bar, like the ones we had for the monkeys fight as well.
Come back. There we go. Okay, let's try and get a tree.
So the trees in these fights, they're just based on a timer.
Yeah.
So we basically just have to wait.
Yeah. Should be one coming any second.
That range over there is still up though. That's
Yeah, no, it's just.
Meu Deus, os inimigos não param. Pra ele fazer o ataque é complicado.
Yeah, because I need to kill that guy with the hammer. He doesn't have the purple effect.
Bom,
So we need to kill him.
só coisas que acontecem por conta do randomizer.
Is that gonna kill that guy though? Yes. Oh no. Okay. Hammer guy, come back. Yep. Get the death
Oh
blow.
god, that's oh you can't get that.
Oh, maybe I can if I try really hard.
Oh,
there we go.
nice.
Yeah. Okay, one enemy left. But it's this guy. He's gonna try and grab me.
Oh, what?
Bom, só falta um.
Hello?
He's a
oh, that's one of those
grabbing enemies.
Round.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's pranking you. What?
Yeah, where'd he go then? Oh, there he is. Get him. There we go.
There we go.
Nice. Yeah, the feet grabbing enemies are a bit strange.
Então, o randomizer basicamente, gang, basicamente é você trocar inimigos, itens dos seus devidos locais, até bosses também. E nesse caso, o runner estava jogando Sekiro com tudo trocado. Então, para ele poder zerar o jogo, ele precisa fazer coisas bem específicas, conseguir coisas bem específicas para poder finalizar o jogo.
Yeah, she's kind of a glass cannon. If you know what to do, she's not too bad, and she's the penultimate boss in the Shura speedrun, so I fought Emma quite a bit. So it's
Tem um pouco de RNG, né? Porque a seed, cada seed que é criada é única. Então, ela tem a sua lógica, então você tem que saber, né, conhecer muito bem o jogo para você conseguir jogar um randomizer.
Oh my god. Yeah, flat RNG, thank you very much.
So now the only item that we need to finish the game is a Divine Dragon Tears.
That is correct.
Olá, Zardrevos. Uma pizza? Posso que deve ser boa, hein?
boss also drops key items, so Divine Dragon's Tears could literally be at the last fight.
It could be, yeah. Happens surprisingly often, actually. Happened in practice.
We're gonna go through a running section now, so if you have anything you want to say, yeah, it would be a good time.
All right, absolutely. It'd be great to talk about some of the upcoming bid wars because as we approach
Bom,
the
tá
end
tudo
of
pegando
Sekiro,
fogo.
we're going to be moving on to the Minish
Agora na
Campus.
cidade.
And we do have a bidding war between the file name. So if you're interested in getting your name in
Hora
there,
de
you can
enfrentar
write
mini
along the
boss.
left. Currently,
Nossa,
Zelda is running
tomou
away
golpe
with it.
só
Speaking of running
suficiente para tomar uma
with
morte já.
$125 compared to Tingle with $30 and my boy with 26.
Decidiu já tirar o inimigo do caminho.
Later on this morning, we also have Worms Armageddon, and you can donate for the team name for our Brave Worms across all the missions. Currently, we've got Morby Boys on $110 and Jermensch on $40. You can either donate to any of the names we've got in process or add your own. We've got so many options. And we also have some options for the Worms names.
Tá dando trabalho esse mini boss.
Momo, Kyun, Mum Sparkle, Exo, Venny, and Hal's Biz. But you can boost.
Mas ele conseguiu derrubar ele.
With a quick donation. Okay, back to you guys.
Thank you. Yeah, so I just killed that money boss because they're conveniently on the way and they could have what we need. Although I kind of realized halfway through the fight that I think we have a hint that said Ashena's final hours.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, so we just did it for the prayer beat.
We also got hints earlier that nothing in the past was important, so it's very likely that Divine Dragon Tears will actually be here.
Bom, vai aproveitar e mexer na árvore de habilidades de novo.
Figure out where that is. Spending some skill points gets a bit more strong. Yeah, so let's do the final boss.
So this boss is also one of those special bosses where it's split up into 2 boss fights, so now we need to do 2 bosses back to back.
Surely not Demon of Hatred, right?
Why? Why?
I had to do it. Oh, okay.
This
Lady Butterfly of Way of Tomo.
Yeah, so second phase Butterfly is a pretty annoying fight because she summons all these basically invisible enemies, and fighting the boss.
Bom, ele precisa lidar com inimigos invisíveis, já basicamente nessa fight.
Quickly snap them away and then we can fight her. There they go.
Also, I don't know how she gets wires out here. What is she jumping on? It's kind of cool.
We're gonna do the exact same thing as last
Bom,
time.
começou os ataques.
So you can fight with other strategies, but this deals vitality damage, so it's really consistent. Because if he does get away, which he can get out of this, then she won't she won't be able to recover as much posture.
Bom, ele não quer perder muito tempo justamente nesse boss. Não, Titanic, não é o recorde. É o tempo que o runner tem pra terminar o jogo. É uma estimativa. E o runner tá jogando um randomizer, então tá tudo trocado de lugar. Por isso, não tem como fazer um recorde em um randomizer.
If you had the shuriken, you could get her off, or just block her from going on the wire entirely. But you know, with these bosses and these.
Mas aí que você não entendeu, Titanic. Ele tá jogando um randomizer. Todos os bosses foram trocados de lugar. Ele já até passou pelo final boss. Todos os inimigos, itens estão trocados de lugar. Então, tudo que o runner tá encontrando pelo caminho é aleatório, incluindo esse boss.
Surprisingly, can be really hard to actually get her back into this loop, but nice. Again.
Nice.
Okay, but this is a two-part fight. So what have we got?
Oh,
it's the Divine Dragon.
Bom, próximo boss.
This is more or less a gimmick fight.
What?
Wait, what?
Okay, we might be having a bit of an issue here. This is very unlucky. This is a rare issue with the Divine Dragon fight. Sometimes
Bom, ele vai dar o reset.
very rarely, it doesn't like load in properly or something, and then you can't deal damage. We can't deal damage to each other, which happened there. So, and the only solution is to quit out. It's normally not that big of a deal, but
Foi simplesmente do nada, o runner tava fazendo checks, procurando os itens, e ele simplesmente falou, o Final Boss tá aqui. Ele simplesmente enfrentou o Final Boss no começo do jogo. Foi bem inesperado. Bom, ele vai ter que enfrentar a Lady Borboleta de novo, por conta do reset que ele deu. Porque ele quer estar preparado agora, já que ele sabe o que vem na sequência.
Divine Dragon has 4 possible spawn locations.
Yeah, I guess since this is just the same fight, if you have any donations or anything you want to read, you can do it now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bom, ele tentando desviar dos ataques, inimigos invisíveis mais uma vez, ele vai iniciando os ataques pra cima da Lady Borboleta. Então, é que o jogo te dá um randomizer, tem as seguintes condições, né? Te dá uma condição para você terminar o jogo, mesmo você dando de cara com o Final Boss antes da situação. Então, enquanto o runner não cumprir com as condições que a seed pede, ele não pode terminar o jogo. Então, por isso que ele tá fazendo, né, justamente a procura de itens, justamente, né, para poder conseguir a continuidade na história, aos poucos, e conforme ele vai continuando a história, de certo modo, mesmo estando tudo aleatório, com isso ele consegue o progresso para poder finalizar.
Nice, thank God. I think she went for it right at the end. Okay.
Pronto, dessa vez ele já derrotou a Lady Borboleta. Vai vir o próximo boss agora. Justamente que ele não estava esperando.
There we go.
Nice, that's good. Divine Dragon's sword scene.
Ai, meu Deus. Só um momentinho, gente.
Can you get pushed off the edge here?
Not from a deflect.
Desculpa, gente, minha família chegou e simplesmente começou a falar alto aqui. Ai, ai.
Even if there are some caveats, like it can only be in certain arenas. And we'll see some other caveats as well, which are kind of amusing as well.
O runner precisa ainda atacar o boss, tá sendo complicado, né? Afinal, são vários ataques.
Like, and with the bug we saw, where I couldn't interact, that's really not common at all. I've seen it just a few times.
Então, José, então eu não sei. Só pesquisando no speedrun.com.
Marathon.
Conseguiu mandar o ataque de volta?
So now the dragon goes into its scripted phase where it's going to throw a lot of attacks at us.
It's kind of mad, so we have to, I guess, live.
Yeah, it's like a survival round.
There's actually a strat where you can actually just die to this phase and then just be in the death animation, waiting to use your revive until the end.
Bom, mais ataques sendo desferidos. O runner tentando se proteger.
I think Home came up with that one.
Yeah,
really good.
But we'll just deflect everything, it's fine.
Tá indo muito bem o runner, desviando dos ataques.
This fight is so weird without the music.
Yeah. Divine Dragons.
The Divine Dragon music is probably my favorite.
There we go.
Also here, Murtag is actually, after he does the final blow here, he's gonna make sure to hold up on the controller, because in this one arena, if you don't hold up, you can actually fall off the ledge.
Boa, conseguiu mandar mais um ataque pra cima do boss.
Yeah, which would be very embarrassing.
Ele precisa ser rápido agora para conseguir atingir o boss. Então, Frango, estou pesquisando apenas lá na speedrun.com. Os Ardrevos acabou de dar aí a informação sobre o runner. Este runner está em 6º lugar na categoria.
And then we get locked into this animation for a little while, but then we'll be let loose. And so time is coming up.
We can enjoy the view here.
Yeah, so...
Bom, pelo menos ele finalizou o boss.
Damn fast run.
Flying.
And... Time!
There we go.
GG, ele terminou o randomizer, gente.
That's Sekiro. Done with everything shuffled around.
Bom, esse foi o randomizer de Sekiro.
Yeah, we did a practice run earlier, and it was not like that.
Yeah, that was like 30 minutes faster.
Yeah, so we can show more of the stuff. Like there's a bunch of bosses.
Terminou ainda, né, dentro do tempo previsto ainda. Terminou com 1 hora e 43 minutos, né? Fez o randomizer, sendo que o previsto era 2 horas e 15 no máximo.
We could show off some more stuff. Or do we want to get kicked off?
Yeah, I think we best be moving on to the next game, just catch up a little bit on the schedule. So definitely thanks very much for getting us on that. We've got one very quick donation.
Bom, o Runner tá dando vários shoutouts e agradecimentos.
Which is towards the Chippendale Rescue Rangers category change to all zones. So if you want more Rescue Rangers tomorrow, that's how you do it. So thank you very much, whoever you are, for that donation, and enjoy jumping into the draw for the fabulous prizes. But yeah, if you want to,
então, Frango, não tem um tempo certo porque cada seed é única. Então, algumas seeds você pode levar mais tempo, outras você pode levar um tempo muito absurdo de pequeno para finalizar.
Speedrunning Sekiro is really, really fun. I'd highly recommend getting into it if you can. And also this randomizer, like, it's so good. Like, when it first came out, everyone was playing it. I didn't actually jump on it.
Isso varia de seed para seed, né?
Instantly hooked, and it's pretty much the only way I've played this game. Even if you're not a speedrunner, and
sim, Honda, chegou bem no fim do randomizer.
Like to New Game Plus 7 in Sekiro, give the randomizer a go. It's a really
tem exclamação randomizer, Zardrevos. Hi, Bonsai Beer!
So yeah, shout outs to the 5th Matt for making the mod. It's such a user-friendly mod, super customizable. And he's also worked on an Elden Ring randomizer as well. So if you want to try it with Elden Ring,
eita, as notificações atacam novamente.
But also, and thank you so much for my lovely co-commentator.
Thanks, Bonsai Beer.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Do you have anything to say?
Yeah, I'd like to shout out my boy Home. If you're watching this, I'll see you in a week, I guess. That's it.
I don't have anything.
Cool. I think we're good. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. So I'll throw it back to Robos.
Brilliant. Thank you very much for,
bom, GG's aí ao Runner. Foi uma run interessante aí desse randomizer, afinal teve suas mortes e momentos engraçados, né? Mas foi uma run interessante. Com as coisas aleatórias que principalmente ele deu de cara no caminho, envolvendo os bosses e mini-bosses. E o próximo jogo será Zelda Minish Cap aí, categoria Any Percent. Então já vão se preparando aí, porque o setup vai ser feito em instantes. E já vão preparando seu lanche, sua janta aí, afinal já é 9h16 aqui. Enquanto, nossa, lá, né, onde que tá sendo o evento, é 2h16 da manhã. Lá eles já estão na madrugada e a gente tá nas 9 horas aqui. Bom, enquanto o setup vai sendo feito, eu vou aproveitar para fazer uma pequena pausa e já volto em instantes aí para comentar, né? Minish Cap, jogo incrível aí de Game Boy Advance aí que a Nintendo fez, né? Em parceria com a Capcom. Para quem nunca jogou Minish Cap, recomendo. É um jogo incrível. E, bom, volto aí em instantes.